What's up, guys? Welcome to Scott Talks, and today we have the inaugural episode. You guys don't know how excited I am for this. It's been a long time in the process, but without further ado, let's get into this. So, as you guys may have guessed, my name is Scott. I'm a mass communications major down at Xavier University of Louisiana, which is a HBCU. I'm a mass communications major. I hope to one day be a sports broadcaster or journalist. And I'm 19, and I'm from Prince George's County, Maryland, which is in the DMV, which is the DC, Maryland, Virginia area. So, without that being said, why am I doing this? Well, I want to do this podcast because quarantine's kind of taken a toll on everyone, and this was kind of my outlet, place for me to vent and just kind of talk. And I feel like I'm probably relatable to a lot of people and what they're going through. So I felt like this would be a positive way, to think of things and have me something to look forward to, and hopefully give you guys something to look forward to as well. So, an overview of this podcast. Well, like I said, the goal is to kind of just talk about life, different issues, maybe different things I see on Twitter, different conversation starters. Hopefully, too, I can get some of my friends on this podcast. So if my friends, if you're listening to this, hey, guys. But yeah, hopefully I can get some of them on here. And again, just talk about some different issues in life, because I think there's a lot of things that, as a teenager and young adult, I can talk about, as well as just some stuff I see, as well as hopefully get some sports stuff on here too. That is, again, I do want to be a sports broadcaster, so the goal is to get some sports stuff on here. I'm a Washington Wizards fan. Not too happy that we traded John Wall, to be honest, but that's a conversation for another day. But again, I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to be able to share this time with you guys. And yeah, so without further ado, I think today's episode we're going to talk about the life of an extrovert during COVID. Man, oh man. This has been kind of crazy. So a little background on me. I'm DMV Scott, that's what they call me around here. But I was in high school, I was a pretty social person. I was kind of friends with everybody, all different types of people. I was homecoming Duke, 10th grade year, homecoming king, senior year, prom king. I was a president of a few clubs. I was an athlete. I was in everything. So again, I have a high social media. I love hanging out with my friends. I love seeing people. I love talking to people, even the small talk. I just love talking to people. So when COVID hit, man, life changed fast. My everyday realities and a lot of things I took for granted definitely switched up quick. So a little background too. So again, this happened about last year, so 2020. I don't know when you guys are going to be listening to this, but yeah. So around March 2020, I go to school in New Orleans. So, I'm just living it up. It's right after Mardi Gras. I've been partying it up. We went to some parades. I was having a great time. Some beautiful woman. But yeah, it's just a great time down there. Then we came home at the end of Mardi Gras break, just see my family and everything real quick, go back to school. Cool. So we're probably about at school for about a week or two. And again, that's when everyone got the infamous, hey, you guys got to go back home. You'll be back soon. So, I didn't take all my stuff. Cool, whatever. I get home. Then it's okay, you're going to be here for a week. All right, cool, whatever. Then it's 2 weeks. Then it's like, hey, you're here indefinitely. We're going virtual. So it's like, all right, cool, whatever. And again, no one's thinking the virus is that big. So then when they proposed the original idea of like a lockdown, everyone's like, that's crazy. It's going to ruin the economy. And then little do we know, here we are. Here we are in today's present state. Things we're still in lockdown, at least over here in America. I don't know where you guys are from. But yeah, so then check this out. I'm home, and again, one thing about me is when I'm home, I'm always spending time with my friends. We're always hanging out like sun up till sundown. So when I first got home, I was hooping with them. We were in people's driveways. We're just chilling. Then fast forward, they're like, "Hey, we can't see each other." So I probably went about a month and a half without seeing my friends, from probably about March, April to probably about May, June, and that was rough. That was very rough for me because, again, my friends kind of are what keep my spirits up and kind of keep me happy. So not being able to see those guys, it was rough. I was really, I don't want to say depressed because I don't want to throw that word around loosely, but I was definitely in a state that I don't ever want to go back to. That was rough. I was very unhappy. I just felt uneasy. I felt uncertain about a lot of things. So it was rough. Then finally, people started having like their drive-by graduations and stuff, and their drive-by proms and all that, which, it was cool. I'm glad that they got something, but I felt bad because it was like, dang, you work your whole high school career, your whole college career, or, a graduation to walk across that stage, and then a lot of people got stripped of that, and then a lot of people lost their jobs, lost loved ones, so it was a rough time. And then summertime, so my birthday's in July, so, it's July, Cool. I really didn't know what I was going to do for my birthday. Luckily, I have some great friends, so we had a little drive-by, which was great. Like, I truly enjoyed it. I enjoyed getting to see everyone, but it's still like, man, because one thing about me, all my friends will tell you, like, I usually have real nice little get-togethers and stuff like that. Just quality time with all my different friend groups. I have people I've known since elementary, middle school, people from high school, people from different places and things like that. So it definitely was rough. I was like, man, like, I can't even have a normal birthday. So again, I'm just thankful to be here another year of life, but it just was rough. For a while, we were doing a lot of outdoor stuff. We went to this place called Scott's Run out in Virginia, also Great Falls. So, we were going hiking and stuff, but then trying to say that's unsafe, so we had to kind of turn down on that. My friends actually took a trip. They got an Airbnb for a week, and they took a trip out, kind of just in a cabin and all that. I couldn't go because my mom, so here we are. So, yeah, so this was kind of crazy, and then I really didn't think I was going to end up going back to school just because Louisiana, they kind of don't wear masks down there, and it's a little bit wild. So, again, it was an interesting debate in my household. So fast forward, end up going back. Cool. Campus this semester definitely was not, it just wasn't it. It was not the move. Everything was kind of different. So, of course, safety protocols, but like the library, for instance, closed at 6, which was ridiculous because, like me, I'm a night person. So I usually used to go to the library after dinner. And now the library closed at 6, so it's like, what in the world? So that kind of threw me off. We didn't really have campus events, which, again, makes sense because, COVID, but the only events we had were driving movies and sipping paints, and you can only do so many of those before it gets boring. One good thing about COVID, though, well, not good thing, but I got a single this year. I didn't have to have a roommate, which was nice, but I still felt lonely at times, so it was kind of an interesting crossroad. And again, I saw some of my friends, but again, most of the students at Xavier were either off campus completely or they're off campus in a hotel, which was cool. But like New Orleans is a city, I don't know if I would necessarily live in New Orleans when I'm older, but it's a city that, like, there's a lot of stuff to do there, like especially for fun and recreation. So it's like, man, I can't even do a lot of stuff because COVID. And it was so crazy because just earlier in this year, a few months ago, when LSU championship game, we were on Bourbon, just having a good time. The city was going up. And then with Mardi Gras, the city was going up. So it was like, man, all that, in a matter of months got stripped. Like stuff that, New Orleans does on a regular got stripped. So it definitely was different this semester. I felt real alone. I did happen to find, what I really wanted to do. I started saying like, oh man, sports broadcasting is something I wanted to do because I really wasn't sure what I wanted to do with mass comm. I just knew I had to get out of biology because that just was not the move. And then fast forward, we're here. Around maybe, I want to say like October, November, I finally started doing some sideline reporting, some recording for the game. So that was cool. The athletes down at Xavier, they're great. We're NAIA, but those guys, real humble, real great dudes. And women too, because I do guy and girl games for basketball, men and women's basketball. I'm hoping to also, get some tennis games, volleyball, the baseball, softball. I'm trying to get the whole shebang. So we'll see how that goes. I'll keep you guys updated if you guys care to tune back in. But yeah, so I say all this to say, this year was definitely different. I just felt real alone, real kind of by myself. Didn't really know what to do. But I did also have some positives come out of it. At the same time, too, this year was also very different in the sense that usually for Thanksgiving or Christmas, we either go up to New York to see my grandma on my mom's side, and then for the winter break, we usually go out the country with my dad, depending on whose year it is, because my parents, they are split up. So not being able to do either of those, I haven't seen my grandma probably since right before I left for my freshman year of college. So that's definitely, it's probably eating away at me more than I would like. She also caught Lyme disease this past year. So, it's been a rough year. It's been different. Like, and it's just, you have to adjust. But as a very extroverted person and someone who needs kind of like that social interaction and that quality time, it's been rough. I'd be a lot more cautious. I can't just hang out with everyone because, again, I do have a little brother, a little sister, and my mom, so I can't, put their health and their safety at danger. But it's been rough. You guys DM me something, tell me how your COVID experience has been. But yeah, it's been a really hard time. I mean, I hate to keep using that same adjective, but it's been adversity, and you have to face it. But again, not all is, I guess, bad. Again, I'm blessed to be in good health and be here today to be able to talk to you guys. But yeah, it just was a rough time. And so now I'm at the crossroad deciding whether I'm going to go back or not for this spring semester for in person, just because, again, with the lack of stuff on campus and resources, it's a big question on should I pay for housing and stuff like that. So tell me what you guys think about it. But yeah, it's a very interesting crossroad in the sense that this is very unprecedented times. Excuse me. And it's just rough. Like, again, I keep using the same adjectives, but it really is so bewildering to me how fast life shifted, and a lot of the stuff that I took for granted and a lot of the stuff that, was regular isn't anymore. Like, last winter break, me and my friends, we were playing ball every day because we would go first to this place called First Baptist Church of Glenarden. They have the Family Life Center, which is like this big gym. We just be hooping sun up till sundown. So we probably, let's say we go there around 1, we probably leave there around 4 or 5. Cool. Then go get something to eat. Then my other friends would come over to my dad's apartment complex because they have a basketball court there, and we're in there from probably about 7, 8 o'clock to 12:30 a.m. Like, we're just hooping, just hanging out, or we're out eating, or we're just in the car talking. Like, we're just going on drives, like stuff like that. Can't really do anymore just because, again, COVID. It really just made me appreciate what I had a lot more, and just to value every moment. I think that's one thing COVID's taught me, that nothing in life is promised. Again, supposed to take some trips this summer, supposed to do some other stuff, some internships that I was trying to get, and it just discouraged me a lot, this COVID stuff. So again, I encourage everyone, when things do hopefully get back to normal, don't put off anything for tomorrow. Live your life to the fullest. And you can't live with regrets. If you have a chance to travel. If you want to do that big chop, do the big chop. If you want to do something crazy, do it, because you don't know what tomorrow's going to be like. And I think COVID has really showed us that. Also, real quick, I really don't want to get too deep into other stuff, but it also was real disheartening to see all the stuff that happened with Black Lives Matter and, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, and the other victims. Like, that was real crazy. And again, I live in Maryland, Prince George's County, so I'm real close to D.C. I'm probably about 15, 20, 25 minutes out, depending on traffic. So this summer, I went to the protest and was like, man, people were getting tear gassed, rubber bullets, all that for protesting, stuff like that. And then, again, I don't know when you guys are going to be listening to this, but at the Capitol the other day, I don't think people get how hard it is to just breach the Capitol. Like, that's not a normal thing here in D.C. Like, you usually can't even get that close. You can't just walk in and take podiums, take people's laptops. Like, that's unheard of. So to see that and only one person passed away is just that's so crazy to me. It's just crazy that, again, I don't like to make things a race thing or, talk politics. That's not at all anything I enjoy, but it's just been very interesting to see, what's been going on. Like, this is outrageous, and it's just disheartening to see that even with COVID and all that other stuff, we're still fighting another battle too. So again, I don't want to get off my soapbox on that one, but I'm saying all this to say that, make the most of life today and, do the right thing. And we as a society have to do better. There's no room for this anymore. Racism is played out. People not being mindful of each other and respectful of each other is played out. Like, we gotta do better. And I can't just sit here and allow this to happen anymore. But again, that's another story for another day. But I come to this today to say I'm living proof of, you just have to, you gotta know the better days are coming. Again, I'm an extroverted person. This quarantine, COVID stuff has really been hard. But, you got to understand that you have to do the right thing, not just for yourself, but to help other people. Because, again, I have a mom, I have a dad, I have a brother and a sister. I have friends who, again, I come in contact with them, and I can't risk getting them sick because of my reckless decisions. So I say all this to say, just be glad life is great. And we're approaching that 15-minute mark. I think for now we're going to probably try to keep the episodes around 15 minutes. But before we get there, I just want to say follow me on Instagram at DMV_Scott. Same thing with Twitter, as well as the podcast Twitter, actually. We do have a podcast Twitter now. And that is... I'm sorry, guys. I'm new to this whole podcast thing. Hopefully, when I start getting better at this, we will have actual... better edited, mastered, and all that great stuff. I'm still in the process of doing that. But follow the Twitter for the podcast at podcast_Scott. And yeah, I think that's how we're gonna end it today. If you made this far, thank you so much. I appreciate you hit me up on Instagram or Twitter. Just tell me that you made this far, what you want to see, what you want to hear about. And yeah, nice talking to you guys. Ciao.